Shalom, my friends. Welcome to this video. I wanted to focus on one of my favorite counter-missionaries. Of course, we all know the famous Rabbi Tovia Singer does great work, but this individual right here, Rabbi Yisroel Blumenthal, he is a very special counter-missionary because he goes right at Dr. Michael Brown, who is kind of the most commonly referenced missionary, a Jewish believer in Jesus who is most frequently quoted from he has a book series called the Answering Jewish Objections to Jesus. Well, this individual, Rabbi Yisroel Blumenthal, went through the entirety of those 5 books and picked them apart and dismantled Dr. Brown's arguments. And I don't know if anybody else I don't know anybody else who's done it in such a systematic way. Now, here's the interesting thing. If you look in this video, it says it's been 4 years with no response from Dr. Brown. But look how many years ago this was. 13 years ago. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? This says it's been 4 years with no response from Dr. Brown. So let's hear it from Rabbi Yisroel Blumenthal when he made this video 13 years ago.
It has come to my attention that Mike Brown challenges and offers to debate any Jewish counter-missionary on the subject of Judaism and Christianity. And very few rabbis have taken him up on this particular challenge. The type of debate the format of the debate that Mike Brown wants to engage in is a verbal debate in front of an audience. I'm offering a different type of debate. I want to point out that verbal debate has severe limitations. There's only a certain amount of time that people can sit there and watch a debate and listen to a debate. It's not easy to present all your arguments clearly and put them all on the table in a verbal debate. As opposed to in writing, we can put out all of our arguments, we can consider it, we can spend time putting out our arguments. I've written an article entitled Contra Brown, which is readily available on the Jewish Judaism website. In it, I present a challenge to some points that Dr. Brown made in his interview with Yisrael. My challenge to him is, let us debate in that format. Let us continue this debate. Answer my article my article Contra Brown, and I'll respond to your answer, and we'll take the debate from there. That's my challenge to you.
So here's the funny thing. So Rabbi Yisroel Blumenthal made this 13 years ago. Dr. Michael Brown still has not responded to Contra Brown in writing, right? So what's interesting too is that Yisroel Blumenthal 7 years ago, or 6 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago, according to this, they did engage in a debate, right? This is from Judaism Resources, and from what I understand, and you can watch these videos here, it's a back and forth between Dr. Michael Brown and Yisroel Blumenthal, and they had an actual video interaction back and forth, as you can see. And the irony is that it was actually Dr. Brown who ended up leaving that debate. So a lot of people like to say, nobody wants to challenge Dr. Michael Brown. Well, for one thing, you have me. You can see that I want to challenge Dr. Michael Brown very clearly from my YouTube channel. I'd love to have a formal debate of some sort, but it's just simply false that Dr. Brown has been refuted by Rabbi Yisroel Blumenthal, not just on in the video format, but also in the format of so this is his website. Rabbi Yisroel Blumenthal has a website called 1,000 Verses, and here is Contra Brown, the article that he was mentioning in that video that 13 years ago he made, and really it's 17 years because in the video it says it's been 4 years, and that was made 13 years ago, and no response from Dr. Brown. Well, Dr. Brown has still never responded to this article, which systematically dismantles the arguments made for the case for Jesus being the Messiah, that sort of thing. And you can see Rabbi Yisroel Blumenthal, this is a free article, you don't have to pay for anything. It's right here on this website. It talks about all the relevant prophecies, even the Talmudic ideas that, Dr. Brown takes out of context, the priestly king, Daniel 9, Isaiah 53, Psalms 110, the same stuff that you see on my channel all the time. You want to see where I get all my secrets from? It's from Rabbi Yisroel Blumenthal. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, look, Toby Singer's wonderful. Rabbi Yisroel Blumenthal is wonderful. I'll do another video on Moshe Shulman. These are some of the top level counter-missionaries. You know, you got Michael Skobek, you got Eli Cohen, you got all these wonderful resources, and I just wanted to emphasize, you know, this resource is really great. I really respect Rabbi Yisroel Blumenthal. I think he needs some more viewership, because he really did a wonderful job of just completely decimating, and you can see he goes through in very specific detail about all these prophecies that come up almost all the time, like regarding Psalms 110, Isaiah 53, and he does a wonderful job of explaining messianic prophecies, the ones that we agree upon. Like I said, a lot of what I do on my channel is within the context of what Rabbi Yisroel Blumenthal, his style. I really appreciate it. Everybody has a different style, and he also has a podcast describing. Basically, he goes through and discusses the different. He's going through the book of Isaiah, and you're just learning, going through the Tanach with Rabbi Yisroel Blumenthal, who is more than qualified. So yeah, check out his podcast. It is currently there. It looks like they're doing here. This one goes up to Isaiah 13, and they're just going through it. If you want to learn some Torah from Rabbi Yisroel Blumenthal, please check out Torah Casts. You can find it there. You can find it here on Your Pharisee Friend, the website that he does. Cannot overstate how powerful this information is, so check it out if you haven't. And then also, so this is the individual who he does the podcast with. Check out his channel as well. He also debunks Dr. Brown and goes over Midrash and focuses very specifically on, the contextual abuse of Midrash and how to see it through the lens of, the genuine lens of how it's understood within Rabbinic Judaism, and not through the distorted lens of Christianity. So yeah, definitely check out all of these resources. They are wonderful. Rabbi Yisroel Blumenthal, one of my favorite counter-missionaries. Check out Contra Brown. There's also a supplement to Contra Brown. If you you see how specific he gets. The Messiah must come before 70 CE. You know how Dr. Brown brings that up all the time. I will sing the praises of this so much, and that's really the thing, is Dr. Brown never addressed this. He admits it. Like, if you call into a show and you ask him, what about Contra Brown? He'll say, well, nobody wanted me to deal with it. Yeah, because people don't like to read. They like to, if you're actually serious about learning the genuine arguments against what Dr. Brown states, you'll give Contra Brown a read, and you will absorb the information, and then you can come up with your own objections to it. But if you haven't done that, then how can you say you've really put in the work, right? I think that's really important. And supplement to Contra Brown, like I said, this is also more text to explain what's happening here. So for those who are interested, Rabbi Yisroel Blumenthal is a blessing to all of us. Please check out his podcast, and please support Judaism, support Torah. Am Yisrael Chai. Shalom Aleichem.